Hello, friends and family from around the world. This is Mike with Morning Dew, daily events worldwide, and we are on February 19th, 2021. Welcome to another surviving day on the planet, and welcome to this video giving you a world update on space weather, earthquakes, volcanoes, and as well world weather. Looking here at the sun in the last 48 hours, incoming regions, we do have that sunspot there on the northern region, which is on the right side. As well, looking at plasma filaments dancing around. Outgoing images here. Really not much to talk about on the sun. We do have an Earth-facing coronal hole, as you can see there, and it will be departing soon. So expect the incoming coronal hole wind speed to increase over the next little bit. Sorry, the solar winds to increase over the next little bit. Looking there at the fiery lonely sunspot, which actually flared a little bit there as it was coming around. Definitely going to be seeing an uptick in these sunspots over the next little while as we are in a solar maximum of 25. Looking here at our real-time solar wind hitting our magnetosphere. Lots of swirls. Density behind there. Looking here at the pressure, equatorial pressure from the solar winds. Our real-time solar wind is smacking us right now at about 465 kilometers per second, and we did see a small increase to 522 kilometers per second overnight. 526 was our maximum, but the north-south pole polarities jumping all over the place in the last few hours. Looking here at the Schumann resonance for today, a power of 54, and man, look at that spike from yesterday. Very energetic as well. Base frequency of 10.8 and amplitude of 54. Looking here at earthquakes the last 24 hours, as it's been pretty busy. We're going to start out here with the most recent 4.6 in Fiji. Hey, no, not Alaska. Here we go, Tonga region, 4.6, 289 kilometer depth. That's the deepest the last 24 hours. As well, looking at earthquakes throughout Loyalty Islands. Still, as well, south of Africa yesterday, Macquarie Island, just south of Australia. As well, New Zealand with a 4.9, Loyalty Islands, and Port Vila, 5.3, Vanuatu. Pretty quiet through the Philippines, 4.5, the only earthquake reported there in the last 24 hours, 4.1, Myanmar. Japan still shaking, 4.5 and a 5.0. And then, yes, the expected seismicity throughout Alaska has ensued as a large 5.6 was recorded and small tsunami watch was put out. No tsunami was imminent. And you can see, right into the peninsula, seismicity has increased. Looking across the North American plate, West Coast, largest recorded earthquake, 3.4, Big Pine, California. And not too much to talk about really there on the West Coast, but central regions, Oklahoma, Manchester, Oklahoma, reporting a 4.2 earthquake at a 7-kilometer depth. And just look at the last 7 days throughout Oklahoma. You gotta wonder what is coming up there. I know Oklahoma, I believe it's the largest fracking state in the United States. Looking here, South America, Peru with a 4.1, Chile, Calama, as well, 4.9, La Serena, 4.4, Valparaiso, 5.1 recorded early this morning, Mid-Atlantic Ridge at a 10-kilometer depth. And then, quiet across Africa and Eurasia. Looking here the last 7 days, still have to be watching and be aware and ready. North American plate. Juan de Fuca is very, very quiet as of late. Deep earthquakes increasing again through Fiji. Southern Hemisphere. Looking around the world here. Definitely going to be keeping an eye on the Indian plate into Australia through Anak Krakatoa. And that's the last 7 days for earthquakes. Have a plan, be ready for anything, my friends and family. That's what Morning Dew is here. Morning Dew is here for you, keep you aware and prepared to the natural disasters happening and unfolding around the planet. Looking here at the most recent volcanoes being updated, Fuego in Guatemala. Some avalanches to report as well. We'll get into more depth soon. Pacaya in Guatemala. Reventador in Ecuador. Suisanajima, Japan. Rung, Indonesia. Sabancaya in Peru. Popo in Mexico. Etna in Italy. Era, Japan. Ebico in Russia. So still looking at about 11 to 12. It's about a dozen volcanoes being updated every day with ongoing eruptions. And as well here reporting some avalanches across the United States as that heavy snow over the last few weeks has really piled up. Northwestern regions as well as Utah. Only tropical cyclone to talk about. There are 2 tropical cyclones to talk about. And one is heading towards the Philippines, Merida, Philippines. D.E.W. Cyclone D.E.W. is alive. I think that's how they say it. Not really sure. But it is expected to make landfall in the next 24 hours. Some flood alerts have gone out across Northern Territory of Australia and as well Queensland. Also looking at flooding conditions through South Africa and Mozambique as Tropical Cyclone Guambi is still trying to leave the coastline. And kind of a really strange situation developing in Africa. 5-day forecast showing another low developing exactly where this one started about 11 days ago. So very strange occurrences with our jet stream and the way our weather moves around the planet. You got to wonder what is going on with our magnetic field. As well, looking here at a very large dust storm coming off of the coast of Africa over the last few days. You can see massive amounts of dust stretches almost halfway across the Atlantic Ocean. Another view here I wanted to show you. Condensating and a lot of cloud cover over the Gulf of Mexico as that cold weather has reached all the way to Mexico. Let's get to the 5-day forecast brought to you by Meteo Earth. Meteo Mike starting out here at Calgary, Alberta, as we are staying seasonal, but it's going to be a temperature swing over the next few days as these low pressure systems come in from the Pacific. And then watch later in the forecast cold temperatures to come back. It was beautiful today, 3 degrees here in Calgary, Alberta. And we do have some snow moving into the region over the next few days as low pressure system comes into the coastline on BC and then heads eastward into Manitoba and Ontario. Alberta Clipper forming as well later in the week. And we'll be sending that to Ontario. You can see the small system there for Wednesday next week. But still, these cool temperatures are going to be coming back after a small temperature swing here. Pacific systems. Looking at the BC coastline, heavy snow and heavy rain through Vancouver, but heavy snow northward. High pressure ridge moving in over the Pacific and drawing all of this moisture, atmospheric river straight into northern BC and Alaska. Eastern parts of the United States and Canada, watch for an intense low pressure system here that is leaving parts of New England right now. But there is another one going to be forming in the 5-day forecast, Colorado low, which will be affecting the eastern seaboard of the United States and up into Atlantic Canada. Watch for very strong winds and a mixed bag of precipitation through Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Newfoundland. Overlooking the Atlantic Ocean, still watching these large, vigorous, low-pressure systems. Europe, very dry across most parts of Europe right now, except for Spain. You do have those intense rain bands coming in over the next couple days. Snow, higher elevations, Morocco, northern Africa. And then overlooking Russia, we've got an intense low-pressure system here. Will be forming later in the week, affecting northern China. And as well, watch for heavy snow, heavy rain through parts of Uzbekistan and into Mongolia. Some rain moving into parts of southern India. Daily evaporation rains through Micronesia. And a cyclone here coming into parts of the Philippines. Nothing major though, most likely just a Category 1 cyclone. Northern Territory of Australia, still 5-day forecast showing day after day rain. So those flood alerts, I'm sure, will be hanging around. And as well, watch for extreme weather coastline of Australia as this tropical cyclone, I guess it would be, very large low pressure system scathes the coastline. And then will be racing its way to parts of southern New Zealand, just tapping the coastline here, parts of New Zealand. Overlooking South America, daily evaporation rains continue, heavier towards Panama, and our regular culprits, Bolivia, Paraguay. But not much to talk about, no major weather systems there. Overlooking Africa, so this is what I was talking about. We have another low pressure system developing here, central South Africa, and that's where the cyclone here came from about 10 or 11 days ago, and it's been spinning around for a while now in between South Africa and Madagascar. So yeah, very strange weather patterns across the world. I want to thank everybody for watching today. I'm going to leave you here looking at the southern hemisphere versus the northern, major systems, and as well temperatures. Minus 53, Antarctica. Pretty sizable system here heading towards the South Sandwich Islands. And yeah, very intense low pressure systems still hammering the Alaskan and BC coastline over the next little bit. Watch for a very strong low coming out of China. I want to thank everybody for watching. Stay aware and prepared, and welcome to the family. I appreciate all of the subscriptions, memberships, and supporters. Much love. Stay aware and prepared. Stay young and have fun. And get your morning dew. Bye-bye.
If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends and family from across the world.